First impressions are everything, and the moment a customer joins your program is when they're most engaged, so you need to make that first interaction count. In this video, we're covering the welcome email, which is your first chance to show off your brand and explain exactly how your program works. We'll walk through how to set up your email, how to include an incentive that locks in that second purchase, and how to ensure your customers receive their Wallet Pass directly after signing up. It's all about making sure your customers get a clean, professional intro to your program as soon as they sign up. So let's jump in to your welcome email. So to get started with your welcome email, we're first going to navigate to marketing and we're going to head to automated emails. And now once you're here, you're going to see that you already have 8 or 9 items in this section. And these are emails that we've already populated your account with. They're just basic emails that you can then stylize yourself, but they're ready to go there for you. So I'm going to select the welcome email, which you can see here. And as you can already see from this preview, it's a very basic setup, which we can now customize. So to do so, I'm going to hit on Edit Email. And now when we're brought through to this editor, you can see that we have tags, actions, files, and the option to save as template on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, we can move through the different content blocks we want to use. We can change the structure of the email. And then we also have some settings here as well. And then the final thing I'll take you through is information here. So let's start off with the content from the very beginning and work all the way through the email until we've perfected it to our branding. So first things first, I'm going to change this logo. So I'm going to hit replace on the side here, and I'm going to select my logo from the media gallery. I'm going to add image, and now if you would like to, you can give this image a link. So if you want to direct this to maybe the homepage of your website, for example, which I can do here. So I'm going to do leet.com. You can give it a title if you would like to, as well as some alt text. So for the alt text, which is purely for accessibility reasons, I'm just going to say Leet logo. You can do the same for your logo, whatever your business name may be. You can also change the alignment if you would like to, but I think having it centralized is the best way to do it. And then you also have your border, radius, and image margin, which you shouldn't really need to edit too much unless you have some specifications that are needed to be applied to your logo. Then after this, we have the actual content of the email where we welcome the customer by their first name, and then we have some kind of welcome intro. So I'm going to say, thanks for joining the Leet Academy. We're excited to have you on board. And now what I would always recommend is that you include your Wallet Pass here. If you want to know how exactly you can stylize your Wallet Pass and edit it, I would recommend you jump to the lesson on touch points. And there I cover exactly how you can edit the Wallet Pass, completely customize it, and also do some things like adding notifications to it. But for now, I'm just going to show you the email side of things and how you can actually add that. So let me quickly remove this so you can see exactly how we're adding it. So I'm going to say, we're excited to have you join the crew. Download your Wallet Pass below. And then what you can do here is we're going to go to content and you can see Wallet Pass here. And I'm just going to drag that in here directly. And then it's going to load the Wallet Pass or the identifier that is specific to this customer. And they can then click on this and they'll be redirected to actually download their Wallet Pass into either their Apple Wallet or their Google Wallet, depending on the device that they're using. Now, you can also see here that we have some content indicating that we've given them 20 free points to get started. So you can add points here, you can add a voucher, you can add a gift card. It's entirely up to you. But the most important thing here is that you add some kind of incentive, preferably one that has some kind of time restraints on it, so that you lock in that second purchase and you make sure that this customer comes back to your location sooner rather than later. So I'm going to say thanks, here's a $5 discount on your next purchase. And now, if you had followed the previous course, you'll have seen that we created a voucher there together. If you didn't follow that course, I recommend you jump back to the loyalty course and quickly watch the video on how you can create a voucher. And now, once you have your voucher created, we're going to navigate to actions on the left-hand side here. The action type is going to be a voucher. And now the voucher I'm going to select is the $5 discount voucher that we created earlier. We can leave this toggle off where we use an existing unlinked voucher, and then we're going to hit submit. And now all this means is that every time we send this email, a unique voucher will be created and assigned to that contact that we send this email to. What we can then do is copy this voucher code, and we can drag the voucher component in here. I'm just going to paste in the voucher code. And now we can also tweak this just to reduce the size slightly if we would like to. And now that's pretty much it in terms of the content of our email. What you can also do here, which would be really nice, is maybe include an image. So you can take this image here and drag it in, maybe here above or beneath, wherever you would like it to be. And if you have a design team and you have the capability to do so, it's really nice to actually create an image that maybe explains some of the different perks and how your program works, just to give a bit of insight into your customer or for your customer on how those kind of things work, what they can expect from your program, and how they can actually earn points and redeem them. So I think we're pretty much done here in terms of the written content. We've added our voucher and we've made sure that our wallet pass is in there. Now I'm just going to tweak the logo at the bottom here. So I think that's good in terms of sizing, etc. Now, one thing to quickly show you, if you want to change the structure of this, so let's say, for example, rather than having everything in one column as it is now, you can also split your email into two so that you add your different blocks here. So for example, that we have a text block here, but maybe you want an image block here. So it gives you a bit more of a dynamic approach to your email. I'm going to leave it for now because I'm quite happy with how this looks and I think it's nice and simple. But just so you know, if you want to change the design of this email at all, that's how you can do so with the structure. If you want to include other things, like for example, maybe you have a loyalty page on your website that you want to redirect people to, then you can use a button here. You just drag it in, and then to edit it, you just click on the button. You can put your link here. So let's say loyaltypage.com. You can change the button color and then select something from your brand kit, for example, if you would like to. I'm just going to tweak the text so it's a bit more easily visible. You can also do things like the border, the color, and as well as the width. You can add a hover state if you would like to, change the corner radii, all of these various things you can do. You can also hide it depending on the platform. So maybe if the loyalty page on your website only works for desktop, then you could select to hide this on mobile. So that's just a quick example of how you can add a button. Maybe you want to add something else, like, for example, a GIF or a divider, spacer. You have your socials in there already in the footer, which we already added when we were setting up our brand kit during the very first lesson. And then you also have the option to add things like a video, a HTML component. Our wallet pass is already in there. You can also add a gift card or a loyalty token instead of the voucher. So you can give them a gift card with a monetary value, or you can give them points. And I will quickly show you how to do that as well. So if you want to give them points, what you can first do actually is navigate to actions. And rather than having a voucher, you're going to select loyalty token. You can then select the business profile that you want this loyalty token to be applied to. So I'm going to select Lead Academy. And then you can give the amount. So for example, 20 points, and you can hit submit. And then I would just change the voucher code here for the loyalty token URL. And you can put the credits here as well. And then you can tweak the text just to say thanks. We've added 20 points to your account already. And now this just Similar to the voucher, it helps you to lock in that second purchase because those customers are a little bit more motivated. You kind of give them a bit of a kickstart in your program, so it incentivizes them to come back, and then they also have those points, which is another incentive for them to come back. So once you've configured that to your liking, whether it's the loyalty URL or the voucher, I'm going to quickly switch this back to the voucher and paste in my voucher code there. So I think we're pretty much good to go. I'm going to quickly look at the mobile version here and make sure I'm happy with the design there, which I am. I've taken you through the structure and how you can change those things. So the next thing I want to show you is settings. So you have your preview text here, which is what's going to show up if your customer receives this in their notification bar or if they're looking at it within their email client. So we're going to say, you're in, welcome to the Elite Academy. Here's 20 points, or here's $5 to get you started. And I would recommend that you include whatever incentive you've put in the email in the preview text here. So that's going to help with your open rates if people see there's a $5 voucher within this email or there are 20 points to be redeemed within this email, then it will help with your click-through rate and your engagement rate on that email. Now you also have some settings here which are more related to the design of things. So you have your email background color, so you can change that if you would like to. I'm just going to quickly change it so you can see exactly what it is that I mean. What you can also do is change the background on the blocks. I would recommend that you keep it transparent because it starts to look a little bit busy if you change that, but you can always do whatever you would like depending on your brand guidelines. You then have your default button color, so I'm going to make that black, and then you have your hyperlink color as well. So that's typically blue, but you can also change that to whatever color suits your brand. Now you can see here we also have our font settings. So if you want to change your font, and if you recall during the settings lesson, we actually installed some of our custom fonts, you can do so really easily. So I'm going to change these to my Joker font. I'm going to change this to the Geist font, just to give you an example of what exactly that looks like. Now you can see just as I updated it here, it was reflected within the actual email itself there. And now you can see we have the rest of the settings here, like our line height, our list settings, and how we actually want our lists to appear. So whether it's a solid bullet, a hollow bullet, or if we want a squared bulleted list. And then you also have your ordered list style. So whether you want to do that with numbers, letters, Roman numerals, whatever your preference may be. So for now, I think we've already structured quite a nice welcome email. Like I said, one really nice addition to this would be if you have the resources to create an image that kind of gives an overview of your program and how it works. So maybe if you have tiers in there, you can show the different tiers and the associated perks. And if not, I would just include a quick little description and explainer of your loyalty program. Once you've added everything as you need to, very important that you hit save in the top right-hand corner here. And then the next thing you're going to look at is information. So you have the name here. The name is purely for internal purposes. So you can actually leave this as welcome email unless you have some naming conventions that require you to alter this. And then you have your subject. So I'm going to say, welcome to the Elite Academy. Here's to $5 to get you started. Then you have your sender profile, which we already configured within our settings. And then you can hit the category. And if you've included a voucher within this, I would select the voucher recipient as the category. If you have included just loyalty points, then you can leave it as a loyalty token email. And whatever action you decide to include, same goes for gift cards. Just be sure that you select that correct category. So In this case, I've done a voucher, so it's a voucher recipient email. If you did a gift card, it would be gift card recipient. And similarly, if you include points, it's going to be a loyalty token email. So I've now set mine to voucher recipient, and the subscription type is going to be a functional email. Because this is the welcome email, it's very much related to the actual function of your loyalty program. You need customers to be able to receive this email so that they can get their wallet pass and also their welcome gift. So I would always select the functional email subscription type. If you're doing this outside of the welcome aspect and you're sending out kind of a promotional campaign, then of course you would select the marketing subscription type here. You can then enable Google Analytics if you would like to, and once you've done so, you can hit submit. So we've configured everything now, we've saved and submitted it. Now the next thing to do is go to publish, and once you've done so, you can see we'll navigate back to the email here. That email is now live. If you want to track it once it's been sent out and see who's received it, you can select recipients on the left-hand side here. Once it's been running for a while, you'll also get to see some statistics. And then the final thing here is used in, and this refers to the automations that are related to your welcome email. So at the end of this lesson, I'm going to show you exactly how you can connect this welcome email to an automation, and that's going to be in 1 to 2 videos time. So if you want to go directly there, you can skip ahead to that video. And in the next video after this, I'm going to show you how you can actually create a custom email template. So whenever you're creating an email, you can just select that template and you're all ready to go. Your design is already in there. It's just a matter of tweaking the content slightly. So I'll see you in that video in just a second.